I don't know if you've been following this. Maybe not. I just realized how white this room is. I mean, it's pop culture. You probably heard about it. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching this whole Drake and Kendrick. My. What a time to be alive. All right, so Drake and Kendrick, they are rappers, sir. They're rappers. Okay, I want to make sure everybody, and I'm not acting like I know. You might bump Kendrick all the time. You might be a big Pimp a Butterfly fan. You know, I'm just checking. So, Drake and Kendrick's relationship actually goes back way further than people realize, because Drake brought Kendrick with him on tour when Kendrick was like just starting to pop, but Drake was already a big deal, right? And it seemed like they were cool. You see these old interviews, they're in pictures together, they have such nice things to say about each other, and then along the line, something changed. Something happened. And we don't know what that thing is really, but they both started to kind of like go at each other in small ways. And some people take it all the way back to the Control verse. Kendrick did a verse in a song on, it was actually a Big Sean song. Big Sean is a rapper, sir. I just want to, all of these are just names, and I want to make sure that we're all up to speed. So he did a verse on a Big Sean song called Control, but it blew up so much it became Kendrick's verse. It became the Control verse, which is crazy. And in that verse, he went at everybody. He called people out by name, you know? And he said, I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you. I'm trying to make sure that your fans don't even love you anymore. They love me so much. I'm coming for the crown. I'm coming for everything, right? And just about everybody thought that it was actually pretty dope. It was actually like, okay, hip-hop as a sport, like hip-hop as, you know, a fun thing, a contest to see who's actually the best, because everybody calls themselves the best on every song. Eventually, someone has to be the best. You know, every rapper believes that they're the best, and they say so in their music. A lot like how one city will have several First Baptist churches. When you look around, you're like, one of y'all has to actually be first, right? How can y'all even all claim to be first? This is confusing. You know? And so he releases the Control verse. Now, this is something, maybe this is where it started. It's where a lot of people say it started, but maybe it was something else. But Drake seemed to take some sort of issue with the love that Kendrick was getting for that verse, with him being called out, even though he's someone that helped, you know, Kendrick out in the beginning. But even in interviews, Kendrick explained himself. He said, like, this is a contest to see who's the best. It's all love, right? But Drake has, I'm trying to be fair. Drake has a lot of feelings, and you can tell because he has a lot of albums. And there are feelings on every one of those albums. And some people don't have several albums worth of feelings. Some people only have 4 or 5 albums worth of feelings, you know? And some people decide when to let it out, and he just lets it out on a pretty tight schedule, a pretty regimented schedule of release to let out all of his feelings, you know? And he said, he's like, I just didn't like it. It didn't feel sincere. I just didn't vibe with the whole thing. Because then I saw him later, and he was all nice to me. Yeah. He said in his interview, it was all love. It's just a contest. And then from there, they had like a weirdness. And then there's like little things. You can listen to certain songs where Drake seems to be like digging right at Kendrick, but in a way where you have to really look at it and wonder, right? Not saying his name. And then Kendrick, even does a little bit of the same. But even after a little bit of this had kicked off, they still worked together one or two more times, right? Because Drake was on Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick's album, and Kendrick was on Take Care. So there's still at least a professional relationship there to some degree, right? Fast forward a few years and Drake's really big. And when I say really big, he's like what Bad Bunny is now, he was back then, like top in the world, right? Everybody wanted to be Drake. Everybody wanted to sing a little bit of Drake. He was #1 on Spotify. Every time he released, it was a big deal. And so some people, admittedly, were very jealous of Drake. You know, there were people who started to go at Drake a little bit. And Drake is a good writer. He may have writers that he works with. He may have... But he's also good. It's like when he's making music, everyone in the room is good. That's... I'm trying to give him his I'm trying to be objective, and y'all are trying to lean me into way that's... But he's good, and so, you know, Meek Mill is a rapper. Sorry, Meek Mill... Because that one wasn't a name. I just want to make sure that at no point you don't think that this is like punctuation or anything. Because the names are going to get weirder as I go, right? Okay. Meek Mill came at Drake, and Drake really, truly, even if you hate Drake, Drake destroyed Meek Mill. He destroyed Meek Mill so bad that Meek Mill had to go back to jail just to level out some of that street cred. Because if you remember, Meek Mill went back to jail for a while on like this weird aspect of probation that they even tried to get changed as a law. So then Meek Mill became this like face of changing incarceration and changing the criminal justice system, everything, because he had to do something else for a little while because Drake really ate him up. All right. And so more time passes, and there's still not much between Kendrick and Drake in this moment, right? And then Drake gets into it. And I want to be clear, because a lot of people sometimes feel bad for Drake in a way that I want to be clear. He does start a lot of this stuff. He does like have a little thing in a song that implies that your wife is unfaithful, and then when you come at him directly, he's like, what's with all the hate? I'm all love. It's like, no. The best way I can describe it is that Drake kind of fights like a cat. And some rappers fight like dogs. And so, you know, he'll do a little paw and he'll be like, what's the issue? And so Drake went at Pusha T, which was a true mistake. This is the thing about people like Pusha T, right? You don't want to mess with anyone who's actually had a hard life. You know? Like, you know, Drake grew up in Canada, grew up with... Like, it's just... This is my thing. A lot of people come at Drake for... You know, they come in at a way I don't like. They come at him in this like colorism way where he's like, you're not really black because you're half white. I don't roll with any of that. I just truly think. But you see what I'm talking about. I'm not. Y'all are trying to get me to do something I'm not doing. I'm just saying it's very hard for a rapper to seem hard, right? When they have not been through what other rappers have been through. Like, it's hard to go hard when everybody knows you had health care. Because I'm not saying there aren't hardened criminals in Canada. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if somebody knows that anytime you were sick, you could call a doctor. It just takes a little bit of the wind out of the sails of like, I'll kill you. It's like... Yeah, but if I hurt you, you go to a doctor immediately. Like, so anyway, Kendrick is still off doing his thing, releasing amazing music, but Drake gets into it with Pusha T, which was a mistake because he told Pusha T, he's like, I got more money than you, I got more women than you, I'm more famous than you'll ever be. And then Pusha T said, you have a son. He released the fact that Drake had a son, which people didn't know, on a track that's cover was Drake in blackface. Everything about what Pusha T did to Drake is why you don't get involved with people like Pusha T. You're like, you know, a part of me felt bad for Drake. Drake was probably like John at the mouth and everything and didn't know he'd do research. It's like, you know, Drake is sitting there like, guys, I thought we were rhyming. I thought we were making music. What is this? And so anyway, now Drake perceivably takes care of his son. And, you know, whatever. And so fast forward some more, and you would think that Drake had sort of learned his lesson of like, man, I shouldn't throw stones when I might have a lot of kids. And for his part, I will say this, for his part, every time somebody comes at Drake, he does come at them pretty hard, pretty heavy. And he does release music that his fans love, and there are a lot of his fans. I'm saying that's something that I thought about going into this thing, where I was like, he always does really try to like give you something, but what he gives is twofold. What Drake is usually trying to give you that sort of earworm, trying to give you that thing that takes you to a place beyond the beef. So now people will still play back to back and songs that were responses to beefs he's had in the past, just as songs to enjoy, you know? And so this year, Drake and J. Cole started, you know, they started doing appearances together. Like J. Cole would pop up at Drake's concert. And J. Cole is also someone who I genuinely believe is one of the most talented, phenomenal, musically inclined artists that I've encountered. I really enjoy his music. I don't know him as a person, and I think he's amazing, right? So he is on a couple of Drake songs after they appeared together last year, and it made me listen to those songs. I was like, oh, J. Cole, okay, you know, because I admittedly I hadn't listened to Drake in a long time because I only have a certain amount of feelings. I feel like I got pretty far. I feel like I listened to several albums, and then at a certain point, I was like, I feel grown, like. You know? And anyway, they do a song together, and then they do a song called First Person Shooter. And in First Person Shooter, they're going back and forth about how great the era is and how great they are. And First Person Shooter is a fantastic song, right? And then J. Cole in the song says, like, you'll forgive me if I'm getting it wrong, but he says, maybe something like we're the top who, you know, top two, three, okay. And then he was like, is it Kendrick, is it Aubrey, or me? Because we're the big three, like we started the league. But right now I feel like Muhammad Ali, right? And I guess Kendrick heard that and took it as a personal affront. I wouldn't have felt that. Like if two people were like, man, we're the best ever, and Josh is great too, and I wasn't even there, I would be like, oh, thanks. But I'm not built like Kendrick, you know. And so then later we would also find out that apparently Drake tried to get Kendrick on that track. So he knew it was coming up and he didn't want any part of it. And then I guess he hated that he was mentioned. So then Metro Boomin and Future are rappers that... Because that could have been a label name. I'm not making fun of you at all. I'm just making sure everybody is up to speed. And you're right in front of me. That's all that's happening, right? So Metro Boomin and Future, they release an album called We Don't Trust You, and on it is a track called Like That. Now, Like That is where Kendrick does essentially the control effect on this song. He does a verse that really made me forget it was a song. I don't know what anyone else said on the song, right? And on the song, he says, "Fuck the big three, it's just big me," right? Which is also, hey, I've always said I want to be the best. I've said it from day one. As soon as people started interviewing me, I said I want to be the best. As soon as people started listening to my music, I said I wanted to be the best. This is not out of character for me. This is the same thing I did 10 years ago, right? So just for me, if it were me, if I was one of them, if I was Drake and I heard "Fuck the big three, it's just big me," I also wouldn't take it as a personal affront. Because there were other things in the song where he came at Drake specifically. He didn't really have much for J. Cole. And yeah, it just sat for a while. It sat, and everybody was like, ooh, what are Drake and Cole gonna do? And then Cole was actually, I think, the first one to release. He released this song that he's since taken down called 7 Minute Drill, and he went at Kendrick in the song. And then he took it down, and a lot of people clowned him for it, but it's something that even, I'm not being a revisionist here. I said this when it happened. I was like, I respect the fact that he took it down. Because it's not something he really wanted to do. And the internet is all gas, no brakes. The internet will get you to mess up your life. Do you know what I mean? People you don't know are like, I wouldn't take that if I was you. What you gonna do? Huh? Do something, huh? Huh? People who are very safe at home, I wouldn't, if I was you, ooh, I'd go at his neck. I'd eat him alive if I was you. Do something, Jermaine, do it. Do it. And so he took it down, and he even said, he's like, I didn't feel like doing it, so it's not even good. I kind of just went at him a little bit, and it's true. In the song, he doesn't even say anything that bad. He's just like, one of your albums was boring. I won't even say which one. And then he took it down because he said, I don't know, this felt corny. And I respected the hell out of that. Very few men, grown men, famous men, powerful men, very few ever apologize. Very few ever apologize without being made to, with the threat of losing their money, losing their fame, losing something. Very few men. So I respect that. And people clowned him to no end. But then the actual beef between Drake and Kendrick started. And that was a lot. Because Drake released a song called Push Ups, and he didn't just go at Kendrick, he went at a bunch of people and, implied that Kendrick's wife was unfaithful, that his son might not be his and everything. And people are like, ooh, what's Kendrick gonna do? What's gonna happen, right? And then, he releases another song, and this song is AI. This song is Drake with the late Tupac and Snoop Dogg, and it's going at Kendrick. And some people had their feelings about that. But then, oof. On a random morning, I was, it was right about the time I was supposed to say my prayers anyway. You know your morning prayers? Your thank your God for waking me up this morning, right? And Kendrick dropped a song called Euphoria. And I think when it happened, a lot of people, including me, was like, oh, this is an actual rap beef now in the way that we had in the 90s. These dudes do not like each other. And Kendrick says he hates him in the song. He says, I hate you. He said it a lot. He said, I hate you a lot. He did artistically, but he was like, ooh, I hate you. Ooh. Ooh, I hate you. Ooh, right? And, woof. It was a lot, right? And then And then, Drake released, actually, no, Kendrick released one. He released so many, I actually lost count. So then he released a song that I didn't even get to fully digest because he released, and then Drake released his response. And this was like what Drake had been waiting for. This was like all these, in my opinion, all these years of like, I was nice to you, and then you came at everybody, including me, and all I'm doing is writing my feelings down in albums and making money. And I just want to be number one. I just want to be the best with feelings. I want to be the best. And so he just took everything that he had, and he put it in a song called Family Matters, right? And 20 minutes later, Kendrick released a song called Meet the Grams, which is a real play off Family Matters. And he had said in 616 before, he was like, have you ever thought about the fact that like people in your camp are working for me, that everyone hates you so much they feed me information about you, and that there's no way that you're going to win this because I write so many songs, because all I do is hang out with my wife and my kids and I write, right? This is all that I do. I enjoy this. This is my favorite thing to do, is just sit at home and hate you and write songs about you and how much I hate you, so I can go forever. This will never be over. We can chill. We can just go back and forth, and I'll release 20 for every one that you release. You keep saying that it's a 1v20, and it is. It's one of you, and it's 20 songs of me every single day until the both of us die. This is old black man hate. You got to understand. This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen with people under 60 almost ever. This is old. This is old. We knew each other during the civil rights movement hate that he brought to this battle. And Drake was like, guys, I thought we were rhyming. And in Meet the Grams, he laid it down. He started the song by talking to Drake's son. Talking to Drake's son, being like, I'm sorry that's your father. I'm sorry that's your father, because I can tell he's not raising you well, because I can tell he's not living a good life and he's not a decent man, okay? And so if you don't understand this right now because you're 6, play it back when you're 18, okay? He said lots of things. He said things that are illegal. He said Drake was doing things that, you can listen to it. Woof. He even had this effect in the song. At the end of the song, when he's like, you lied, he called him a liar several times, and he's like, you lied. I was like, oh, that's too much. And he tells him about himself. He talks to his son, he talks to his dad, he talks to his mom, and then he talks to him directly, right? He also talks to, potentially, a daughter that Drake is not taking care of. Which I was listening to it, I was like, not again. I feel like once they find the first kid, you gotta just get all the kids. You gotta just have a whole Graham family, just so you know where everybody is. And people go back and forth. Does he have a daughter? Does he not have a daughter? Some people think they've even found the daughter, everything like that. And I don't know. It's really bad. It's so bad. And honestly, I never wanted it to get to a bad place. This is something, I'll talk about this more in the future and everything, but I have a deep love, but a strange relationship with hip hop, because if everything is in music, it's all good. It's when things leave music that things get bad, And so as much as I joke about Drake and I like Kendrick and I've liked some of Drake's songs, I don't actually want them to do anything to each other. You know what I mean? Now, if what Kendrick is saying about Drake is true, we should lock Drake up. We should lock Drake up. And if what Drake is saying about Kendrick is true, we should lock Kendrick up, all right? Because, it's a rap battle, two dudes that hate each other. Maybe they're lying, who knows? But I'm just saying, this thing, I didn't want to see anything bad happen to either one of them. But when Meet the Grams got released, I don't know what Drake thinks, and I don't know what his life is like, especially right now. But I think back to those battles and those beefs in the 90s, and I wonder if Drake wasn't like, I'd like to be shot, please. Like if you could just plug me one time and then we can smooth the thing over. Because then, as if Meet the Grams wasn't enough, Kendrick released a song called Not Like Us, which is the catchiest way to call somebody a I've ever heard in my life. You be dancing to it forgetting what the song is about. Like, you know. And then Drake released The Heart Part 6. And I think that's when he lost. I think, because in The Heart Part 6, he's like, this was all part of my plan. We fed you information about me for you to say, so everything that you said is wrong. And don't you feel dumb now that I tricked you? And it just kind of felt like, like what a kid, okay, like when you play rock, paper, scissors, and you do rock. And the other kid does scissors, and they're like, no, actually, these are lasers. Ba-pow, 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 ba-pow. Because I was like, Drake, if it was part of your plan to feed Kendrick information about you for him to rap about very well, by the way, like even if those are lies, they do sound good and they sound very true. Even if you fed him all this information about you to rap about to then look dumb when it was wrong, why'd you send him that stuff? That's the worst stuff you could send somebody. Hey, tell him this thing about me that's not true but was true once, and tell him I'm a thing that no one wants to be. So now that it's over, because I do hope it's over, I feel like Drake should just release some songs about some feelings. I'm old enough now that for me and my group of friends, any guy in my group of friends that still can't like get a girlfriend or something, like now it's very clear that it's because of jarring personality flaws. You know what I mean? Because this is the thing, we were all awkward. So I was 15, I'm an awkward man, but I still figured out parts of life. You know what I mean? So then I'll talk to some of my friends like, man, you just can't figure women out. And I'm like, nah, dog, you 30. Like this is... Something should be happening. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, I'm scared to talk to girls because women are afraid of you. Like this... I don't know what you need to be doing. I don't know if you need therapy or sunlight, but like something has got to give if we gonna keep hanging out. You know? And I think I found one really important thing that's probably one of the biggest things when you move out. Like as a guy, when you go out into the world on your own for the first time to make something of yourself, and when you have your first like domain, right? Your first place where you're like, this is my place. Whether it's an apartment, a house, whatever you have. It's so important. As men, we have to, I cannot stress this enough, we have to invest in at least one stick of furniture, all right? Like, a lack of furniture is killing us out here. Everything cannot be on the floor. I can't say it enough, everything cannot be on the floor. Because when you bring a woman back to your place and then she opened the door and then you walk in and she sees a bowl on the floor, she's like, ooh, okay, he gonna kill me. I picked wrong, that was my bad. He didn't even have a murdery face, but... A bowl on the floor makes it look like she not gonna be here long and neither are you. This is where you bring people to kill people. It just, I can't stress it enough. I know that we don't care. We're happy. It takes very little for us to be happy. We're happy. But if you plan on having any female companionship, I don't even mean sex. If you just plan on having female friends, then you need to be able to put your things on things. Like, that's not a crazy ask. Just, it's the amount of the amount of friends I have that don't have a chair It's so I understand if you don't have a dining set. I understand if you don't have a bunch of chairs, but you live here. Don't you want to sit? Like, this is just one chair. I don't know. Please don't put your books on the floor. Please do not put your books on the floor. You could have the thickest books. You could have War and Peace and Paradise Lost next to each other. But if they are on the floor, she's going to be like, he can't read. He can't read. That's a door stop. That's not, he not cracking that open. That's a paperweight. No? You don't even need books. If you had a bookshelf and put 2 magazines on, she'd be like, what a cultured individual. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, the amount of friends I have that are oblivious about this. Like, I'll have a buddy call me. I'll ask him about his day. I'm like, how'd your day go? He's like, man, it was all right. We were having a good time. Went out for dinner and everything. Then she get back to my place. She want to get all uppity and leave. I was like, you brought her to your place. You brought her to the place that we hang out. You brought her to the place that I've been, where you live, where you sleep. I'm surprised she didn't call the police. Because that's my thing. It's just... Where your things are in relation to the floor is where it looks like you are in life. So I'm just saying, just elevate. Just to table height. Just elevate. There are good men. There are good-looking men that are good men that are a good table away from a good woman. All right? You're so close. It's not even your personality. It's the fact that it's the fact that it looks like you live outside, inside. That is what is doing you in. I get it. I was broke. When I moved to Chicago, I had no money, and I got my first place, and I slept on an air mattress, which was the floor. The air separating you between the floor and where you are, that's not real bed. That's floor. It is floor. I can admit that. That's floor, right? So I was sleeping on the floor with some comfort, okay? So I get it. When you go out into the world on your own for the first time, make something of yourself, you may not have all the money, you may not come from money, you may not have resources. I'm not telling you to get the whole IKEA setup immediately or anything. I'm just saying you should have enough furniture that if you bring a woman back to your place, you have just enough going on to look like you were robbed. That's all I'm saying. Just when you bring her back to your place and you have to make the bookshelf everything, you gotta make it the kitchen cabinet, so then she sees a bunch of forks on the bookshelf and her face starts to screw up, you can turn around and be like, they got me. They got me. I knew this wasn't a good neighborhood, okay? Let's go to your place where it's safe, baby girl. Do you know what I mean? Okay. I have to leave soon. Did y'all see the Alaska flight? The Alaska Airlines, okay, if you didn't see it, basically a piece of window popped off of the flight, mid-flight. It was still flying. It was still in the air, and some window came off, and then just a bunch of plane came off. Like a door's worth of plane. It might have been the door. A door's worth of plane came off, and I have been so shaken because we've been shitting on Spirit for a minute. We really let Spirit have it all, and they have not had one of these happen. The whole plane get there with you when you fly Spirit. Like the plane that left is the plane that arrives. And you. That didn't seem like a lot to ask before, but now you really gotta wonder, right? And it just is so crazy because I know there were people screaming in videos and people crying and stuff like that, but by and large, everybody was so calm. It makes me wonder if if it's an American thing, if we are so bloody, if we are just so traumatized from life in America that a plane can start to come apart mid-flight and you're like, well, I did pay $68, so I guess that's fair, that makes sense. I didn't pay for the whole plane to get here, you know what I mean? I paid for just me, and right now I'm still headed there, so I guess they're fulfilling their contractual obligation to get me somewhere. I don't know. I guess I didn't pay to survive. I I just gave them the money to get on. So I should specify next time that I want to get there in one piece as well as the plane. Yeah. Blown away. Because that's the worst airline for it to happen on. Because they don't, imagine if you taking a nap. You mid-nap, right? Because you got a nap on an Alaskan flight. You have to, because they don't have the TVs. They don't have the TV, so the only thing to entertain you is your dreams, all right? So then you go to sleep, and then you wake up, and everybody's screaming, and it is louder, right? It is just louder in here now, and a little cold, because we are in space. That is way too high to be losing some plane. You know what I mean? And everyone was so calm, even in the post-interview after, when they landed, and then they were asking people what it felt like, what was happening. There was one woman, I understand that she was probably nervous, and so she was nervous giggling, but there was one woman who was acting like it was Six Flags ride. Like, she was just like, yeah, and then a little piece came off, and then, I don't know, we were all like, what do we do? You know, and like, I don't know, I had no idea. Like, it was so crazy. This has never happened before. Like, has it happened to you before? I don't know. I've been on Greyhound buses where people got more upset about a dump in the bathroom than these people got about a piece of plane flying off. As Americans, we gotta start acting like we used to something. Like, this is really distressing that they beat us bloody so much in our travel experiences that we're like, yeah, I guess I'll choose aisle from now on. Do you know what I mean? That's what's up. Because then one of the most amazing things, this is a miracle. This is a genuine miracle. I'm very happy that no one on the flight was hurt. But then there were two seats. The two seats next to where the plane decided to stop being a plane. Those two seats were empty because those two people missed their flight, which is incredible, right? You love a story like that. It does make me wonder about that third person, because that means that third person was sitting there. Like, did they take a nap and just wake up like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, where do you go from here? Okay, so I'm going to Montana this weekend, and both my flights were Alaska. Both of them were Alaska, and I didn't even have enough self-respect to switch airlines. They had to call me. They had to call me. At midnight last night, they had to call me and be like, it's not gonna happen, dog. Like, that's the closest to a breakup I felt in a long time. Like, I didn't have the self-respect to leave, and then they had to be like, you not for us, okay?
Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing? Yeah.
It's late on a Wednesday and y'all don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Unemployed audience. Yeah.
Y'all really don't care. Like, it's like gonna be midnight by the time you get home.
Don't tell them that now. They're gonna leave.
No, they won't leave. They already bought the ticket.
Oh, that's fair.
They're gonna sit here and enjoy the show.
By real quick, round of applause. Who listens to the Josh Johnson Show, the podcast? Who?
Wow.
Okay.
That's like everybody.
So that's mostly, and then for the rest of you, clap if you've never listened to it before. Okay.
There we go.
It's hurtful that one of them is a very close friend of mine. That was actually quite hurtful. He was the loudest clap. That's very hurtful.
But it's good to know where we stand.
Yeah, because last time, we did it last year, and we came on and started talking, and then we asked that question for who listened to the podcast, and most didn't clap. I'm like, okay, cool. I love knowing a room has no idea who the fuck I am. So I wanted to really, they knew him and not me.
No, it happens. They know me, but they don't know that I do a podcast, which is what I actually spend most of my time doing. It's like... It's like when someone gets to know you real well, but then they're like, "Oh, you like act?" And you're like, "Yeah, that's what I've been doing. How do you think I make money?" And then they're like, "I didn't ask questions." You're like, what the fuck? You don't know me at all, you know?
Yeah. By the way, no, this goes without saying, but that's Josh Johnson right there. Make some noise for Josh Johnson.
How you doing? This is also my co-host, fellow stand comedian, Logan Nielsen. Give it up for Logan.
Hello. Make some noise again for Nico White, too. Thank you so much for coming out, man.
Pleasure to be here with y'all.
It's on Netflix, and you just released an album not too long ago, right?
I just released an album. It's called Marcellus, Marscellus. If you think you like me, go check that out. I think you'll like it.
Go check out his shit. Go check out. Shit.
So we had you on not just because you're a hilarious stand-up. You also have a story, and
yes.
we love stories. And so I just want to get right into it because
go.
I would love to hear.
Let's get right into it. So
right.
when they invited me on, they said to bring a crazy story with me. So I bought 2. I'm going to try to keep them quick, but y'all bear with me. I'm long-winded, okay? So we'll start here. First of all, never underestimate your opponent, right? When I was in 7th grade, I got bullied bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, and my bully was a short dude named Corey Beckett, right? I'll never forget this shit. And he's, like, to describe him, he's the type of short dude that you could tell lost their dad because, this ain't a black thing neither. This black or white. Them niggas always got these eyes all the time. Like, they looking for something far off in the distance, nigga. That kid, you know that kid, that little motherfucker. And he was
They're looking for a dad.
They're looking for a dad.
Yeah.
And
Is that him? Oh, no.
No, nobody's him. They never find him. His eyes never open. They're cursed like this. So, this is the person that I'm dealing with, right? He's fighting demons that I can't hope to be a help with, right? So, this is 7th grade. This little motherfucker, and I'm not a punk, and this is the biggest thing about this shit, is that I'm from Harlem. I'm from the projects in Harlem. I fought my whole coming up, you know what I'm saying? But I went to school in the Bronx. This little motherfucker hung out with a crew of like 25 people, and I'm an hour and a half away on the train. I'm like, if I fight him, I'm gonna get fucked up before I ever make it home, right? So one day, he punched me, right? And I had like friends, well, my friends are nerds. They ain't with none of this fighting shit. We trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So, nigga, he knocked Dark Magician out of my fucking hand, bro. You'll never understand the frustration.
Yeah.
That little motherfucker hit me, right? And that day, I was like, all right, I can't keep putting up with this shit, right? Because I'm gonna end up hurting this motherfucker. But what could I do? So I cut school, right? I cut school for like 33 days straight because I didn't want to deal with this shit. Now, at the time, turn that off. At the time, I'm trying to open up to you motherfuckers. I don't usually come down this far to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I came down here to see you motherfuckers on the Josh Johnson show. Turn your phone off. I'm fucking with you. So I cut school for 33 days, and I didn't have any cool places to go, right?
Yeah,
But at the time, my grandmother was older, and she was sick, so we had an apartment in the Bronx. My mom was at the apartment with my grandmother in Harlem. So what I did was, I had a PlayStation 2 Slim. That shit could fit in a book bag, right? I went and got a copy of my mom's key for the Bronx apartment from the hardware store. So I would just put my PlayStation in my bag, and instead of going to school, I would go to the Bronx to our apartment and just chill out, right? She didn't come up there because she was busy taking care of my grandma and figured I didn't have a fucking key. So I did that for 33 days. Well, see, ACS has this thing where if you don't go to school for a certain amount of time, they will call Child Protective Services. And them motherfuckers sent a letter home. So I had to go to school now, right? So I go back to school. I'm like, all right, I've been gone for a month and 3 days. That's enough time for this little motherfucker to forget about me. Sure enough, I showed up. He bullied me like we just met. And I'm talking about, bro, like, it was to the point where that motherfucker was talking about he had a weapon and shit, all this, right? So I was like, yo, all right, I'm done, right? I'm done dealing with this shit. So now, the reason I said never underestimate your opponent is because you never know what people are thinking. You never know what people are going through. I told you I grew up in the projects in Harlem. One thing that any of my friends that know me from back then would tell you is that Nico's favorite hero was Wolverine, and he meant that shit. That's a quote. I'm telling you. My boys will tell you that I used to carry a knife, right? So I know you hear about like mass shooters and all that shit. No. I don't got time or the risk to hold a gun. But that little motherfucker, I got so tired of that nigga. I said, all right, tomorrow, I'm gonna put a stop to this shit. Wolverine style. Yo, I shit you not, bro. I watched X-Men 2, X Unlimited, back to back. Just watch Wolverine stab motherfuckers. Because I was like, I'm going to come in, I'm going to, shh. Yeah. This might be morbid, but I ain't do it. It's all right. So, but I'm telling you, I was going
Listen here, bub.
I was going to skewer this motherfucker. And yo, like Wolverine would talk, I swear to God I was going to dialogue with this motherfucker. Like, want to dance? Like, oh, I couldn't wait. I was going to stab the shit out of this nigga. So my preparation for school was usually like, when I was cutting class, was like, all right, I'll put the PlayStation in. Man, I went and got the longest fucking butcher's knife in my grandma's house. Now, the butcher's knife was about the size of Corey. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I hate short people because of this little motherfucker, bro. Like, you family, but, like, outside of that, man, if you any shorter than Josh Johnson, don't even fucking talk to me, bro. Don't talk to me. If you have children that ain't, like, taller than you, don't have them talk to me. Stay the fuck away from me.
Could I ask what the logic
no,
behind
you
the
can't say shit, white man. No.
Okay.
Now,
I do feel blessed to be the line.
yeah, man.
Oh, so he can talk. Okay. That's all right. No,
Now
that's
you
fine.
get the picture.
Okay.
I'm fucking with
I'm
you,
also
white man.
editor
I
of the
think
fucking show, so we'll see if this
you
gets
can't
in.
edit this out live, nigga. I'm fucking with you, Logan. So, wait, Wolverine's real name
Oh,
is Logan.
suddenly I'm fun to have in the story.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
So now, I put the knife in my bag, right? So the knife is so fucking long. I had an Adidas book bag, little drawstring shit, right? So the top of the knife, like the handle, was hanging off the top of the shit. And I was gonna kill this nigga. So I go up to school, right? So I go up to school and like my friends ain't really seen me in a minute.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
everybody happy and shit. We talking on the line and I got that knife in my bag, like I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Poke that nigga. And look, I was gonna do it so cold because I was gonna do it, then I was gonna leave. Like, swear to God, I was gonna walk right up to him. I don't give a fuck people so and I was gonna twist it. Oh, I was gonna twist it. I was gonna twist the shit out that knife. Man, I get to school, and, maybe it was meant for me not to do it so I get here in front of you guys tonight. And I say that because as soon as I show up to school, we sitting out front, right?
Yeah.
And, this is 7th grade, so for that class, they would have teachers come down if you got to school early enough. And we sitting there, and one of my friends goes, yeah, man, they got metal detectors in there now. I said, what? He said, yeah, man, they got metal detectors in there now. I said, they detect metal? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I gotta go, right? So because I couldn't bring the knife and kill this nigga, I decided not to go that day, right? But then as I was walking away, I was like, well, shit, I already came here, so I may as well go inside. So I went, stashed the knife somewhere or whatever, and I got in school. So now I'm sitting in school, and you know how your teachers send you to get something? Mm-hmm. So I go to the principal's office to get something, and they ask me what, been keeping me from school so long. I'm making up some lie. And then they said, we had to have metal detectors put into the school because Mr. Bastian, I'll never forget it, motherfucker said, because there's another kid in school named Dante that showed up with a gun to shoot the motherfucker that I was gonna stab. I was gonna put that little motherfucker in dirt, boy. But thankfully, none of that happened, and I get to be here with y'all.
Yeah.
So that's one of my stories.
Give it up for Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn. Wow.
Yeah.
You gotta be a real bastard to be stabbed or shot, depending on the person.
Yeah.
That's somebody who, especially since you said he was short,
Yeah.
it's like a classic bully, too. Because those bullies that are short, but then they got two big friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah!
But then you wonder why the big friends are listening to them. You're like, you're big enough to kill him.
That Napoleon, bro.
Yeah.
It also shows his ability to multitask, because he bullied 2 kids enough for them to want to murder him the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So that means he was really equally fucking with these 2 kids that they were just like, today's the day in unison. Like, that's...
That means that he didn't learn shit. There was no time to learn in between all this bullying.
Yo, he ain't no math, he ain't no nothing, he ain't know where his dad was. It was hard for him, man. And the little nigga thought he was a preacher too, because you remember this is like 06, right? So
Yeah.
this is or it's 2005 going into 06. So this is when June 6, 06 was the thing. And I guess his grandmother or something went to church a lot. This nigga was in the classroom, and the trumpets are gonna blaze, and then the last thing we gonna see, he was doing sermons and shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but you're the devil himself, bro.
Yeah.
Sit the fuck down and stop scaring me in this
Yeah.
fucking class.
It's always the
Yeah.
kid like least likely to go to heaven.
Boom. I wonder if he dead yet.
Does he not have Facebook?
I wouldn't look up that shit. I'm Josh. You don't know, bro. I like people like that.
Yeah.
I'm all for growing and like surpassing things.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
with you, but man, him. Hey, I don't wish bad on nobody. But man, I don't wish no good on that motherfucker. Ah, man.
It sounds like you actively pray against him at night. Like
You know what? I wouldn't actively pray against nobody. 'Cause
Yeah.
God would tell me, I'm from one of those families. But
yeah.
if anybody ever, like, I don't know how long it take prayers to get answered. But if them shits got to go to a certain part of the universe, I prayed a long time ago. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next couple of years. That motherfucker get into like a car accident and it combust. That was all me. Like he passed on some X-Men shit. That was all me.
I love when our podcast becomes evidence.
Yeah.
Always makes me happy knowing that this will
I
be
feel like
played in
he's
front of a
towing
court.
the line though. It's like it's really on the line, you know?
It's really
like,
on fate if we
yeah,
being
yeah,
honest.
because you really can't prosecute prayer, you know? Like that's one of those things where you're like, I very much hoped this would happen, but I was not there, Your Honor.
You know what though? I shouldn't put that energy out there. I really don't hope anything happens to him. I hope wherever he is, he's free, he's safe, and I hope he found his pops, man.
Yeah.
And he killed him. I was running away! Bye-bye!
Oh,
There's
man.
a hip hop song called 24 Hours to Live. There's that line. Y'all know 24 Hours to Live. Fuck it. Song by Mace.
It's all good. Mace is probably the crossover between this demographic and Mace is probably pretty slim. Just
Yeah, swinging them and hitting them, yeah.
The Venn diagram is barely a line laying over.
You're not wrong. Shit,
Yeah.
they know the
Whatever
Rugrats
happened to
song.
Mace? Is he all right?
He's all right. He just put out this song against Diddy recently.
Recently, okay. So if you don't
Against
know,
Diddy recently?
yeah, this
Huh.
which is
Didn't Diddy's life go against Diddy enough? Like,
yeah. I don't really get Mace's whole thing is that way back in the day, Diddy had all of his publishing, and so he gave him like 10% of his own publishing, but he also had the master. So then Mace made almost no money off of all of his music, which was selling worldwide. So he has basically the same gripe as any other artist.
quick survey, who's picturing Mace Windu right now from Star Wars? I just wanted to check. See a couple of knowing smiles, okay?
Yeah.
Just wanted to see who
If
was...
you don't know who the rapper Mace is, just imagine any barber. Like he,
Yo, fuck off, nigga.
Mace has one of the least recognizable faces I've ever seen in my entire life.
Nah, bro, I'm from Harlem. I can't let you do that, man. Hell no. Mace looked like every nigga that in the '90s, like you could tell wasn't the fighter, but wasn't the super corny dude. Looked like Mace, man.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had something way too shiny, fucking waves in their hair.
Yeah.
And they'd fuck your girl on occasion. Like, that's Mace. That grimy dude that when he gets caught, he moves away.
Yeah.
He left Harlem because of that shit.
Yeah.
Supposedly. I was like 3 years old. Fuck do I know.
But yeah, so he's very upset with Diddy, and then he finally made a bunch of money. I had to be doing something else, like had to be doing something not rapping, and then offered Diddy to buy all of his artistic license to like all of his work back, like all the intellectual property, and then Diddy said no. And then and that was like last year, and he did this whole tweet about it, explaining everything and how the record contract that he signed was horrible and exploitive. And then this year.
In the music
apparently.
industry?
Yeah. Like
What?
Like I can't think if you need any insight on Mace's career, the lateness with which he has done this is like kind of indicative of his music as well. Like it's like he is using a time machine wrong, you know? Like he's like, I gotta go into the future to warn them. It's like, oh no, that's not how it works. You're supposed to go back and all right.
Family, thank y'all so much for letting me spend some time with
Thank
you.
you,
Josh.
Josh.
It
you go,
was a
man.
pleasure.
Yeah, thank you
Thanks so much.
much.
Make some noise for Nico White, please.
Make some noise for your host.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's.
You want to scoot over a little bit so now we're just not weirdly just you and me over
yeah,
here?
I can scoot over a touch.
There we go.
This week has been a bit wild for me because
Oh, now I'm far from my drink. I
Did
have
it
to
to
be very
yourself.
careful with this table.
how full is it? Oh, okay. The week has been wild because I don't know if anybody else saw this, but Uber Pool is back. It's called Uber Share now. It's under a different banner. It's called Uber Share because, like I was saying before, with the evil of a corporate mind, they have brought back Uber Pool. But back in the day, Uber Pool used to just let you have the price for the pool, and then if no one else hopped in the pool, you would just get that price because you were willing to be taken out of your way. Now, with Uber Share, it seems, I don't know if I have this right, but it seems that you're really just getting an Uber X, and the price only goes down if someone else gets picked up, which is not up to you, right? So you could pay full price and just make it home with a regular ride,
Okay.
or you could get 20% off because other people got picked up.
What a shitty lottery.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be
I hope
like,
someone gets in this car. Like that's...
I
That
really,
sucks.
I really hope I get taken out of my way from home and someone coughs all over me. That would be the dream. And so
for $2.
for two,
I hope I saved $2 to catch something. That's what I...
for almost no difference. And so basically, I was taking an Uber Share because I was nostalgic of the time before COVID when strangers would ride in cars together and ignore each other. And so I take this Uber Share, and we're doing pretty good. It looks like I'm not going to get the discount, getting almost all the way to the bridge. I was at the stand. I'm getting back to Brooklyn, where I live, and before we get there, the driver turns around, and he's like, hey, are you picking up a friend or something? It just changed the thing on me. Like, is this you? And I was like, no, I didn't add a stop or anything. It's Uber Share. Like, so I just started explaining Uber Share because he didn't know what it was. He was like, what is this? Are you picking up your friend right now? Why is it changing the directions on me, right? And like, his English is good, but I'm trying to make sure I'm being
His
very
English
clear.
is good, but the concept is stupid. So it's like... Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
the concept is so dumb that I'm like, I need to explain this so clearly because there's no language barrier here, sir.
And I'm sure
this doesn't make
he's even
sense.
probably just like, I must be missing something.
Yeah.
Here. I must be.
And so
there must be a term I don't know.
I like fully explain it of just like it's back like because he hasn't been driving for Uber that long, so he doesn't remember Pool. So then I had to explain Pool and then Share, and then and this is all while we're driving. He's looking at me too much because he really wants to, instead of just using the mirror to look up at me from the mirror and in front, he's fully turning around.
Oh, that's good.
At times where we're not at the red yet. Like he'll see it turn red and be like, so what were you saying? And so that's happening. And then we finally stop. We get to this cross section for the pickup, and this always happens. It happened with Pool. It happens with Share. It's going to continue happening. But the person opens the door on my side. And anytime that happens, it's so little. It's not worth getting upset about. But what's so annoying about people that you share an Uber with is they will just really want to get in from the side of the door that they open. And so then you have to move, but you're like, you didn't look. you also ordered this thing and didn't look to see
Well,
if
they
anybody
probably
else was
thought there
already
was
in.
like,
You know what I
surely
mean?
no one will be in this, and then
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
They maybe also didn't know.
So then my man opens the door and he's standing
Like,
there
"Ah!"
with a woman behind him, and he's like, for Miguel? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, so you get... I
Your
was like,
name's
"No,
Miguel
I'm-"
too?
And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, and then he's kind of just, he feels like he's opened the door for me. He's waiting for me to get out, but I'm just sitting there. And then he's like, for Miguel. And I was like, yeah, but it's a Uber share. He's like, I order Uber X. And I was like, yeah, but you ordered Uber X share. See, it's confusing because they kept the X in there. And then the driver joins in where he's like, yes, they kept the X in there. So it's actually... So now both of us are explaining this to him and his date who are standing outside of the car. And finally, he's like taking it all in. And he turns to her and he's like, I thought it was an Uber X. Like, because it's so clear that they're on a date. Just like
Yeah.
their body language. And then he looks at me, he's like, would you mind sitting in the front? And I'm like, the front? And then he gives me this look that like is such a, it's so purely like a guy thing of like, help me out, bro. Like he just says it, he literally just says it with his like pupils. It's not even an eyebrow thing. It's not an intimidation. He's not being rude. He's literally just like it's like, it looks like he's looking at someone pointing a gun at him because it's like he just sucked in a little bit of air and he was like, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I get out and as I'm opening the front door, he even pats me on the back and he whispers, he's like, thank you. And so then they get in the back and I'm sitting in the front and I'm on my phone anyway, so I really don't care. I'm not like stressing it at all or anything. But as soon as they start talking, the nosy bitch in me comes out. And so I immediately hit pause on the music that I'm listening to.
Oh, for
because
sure.
it's like, it's so clearly a first date. And I can't tell if they're still on the date. Like when they get in the car, I can't tell if they're heading somewhere, like he's picking her up.
Oh, if that's the start, that's a rough start.
Yeah,
that's
I can't
a rough
tell.
start.
I couldn't tell at the time if he was picking her up or if they're leaving a restaurant because it was in
Right.
a part of the city where there's just lots of apartments over restaurants.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if it's the start, she's already thinking now, like, well, I'm at least paying half.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And then it which really
this is
cracked me
Dutch
up as
at
well.
best.
It also cracked me up so much because my man it says it again at some point in the conversation.
I have
where
money!
It's like, what? No, he's literally just floundering at one point, and he's like, I thought it was an Uber X. Like he keeps inserting. He will not let it go to everyone in the car that he thought it was the regular Uber. Like he can't handle it. And so then And so then they start talking. This is so painful. Okay, so he is coming out the gate with like, it's not a shitty bravado. I want to make that clear. It's not like this person does not seem like a jerk to me, right? But as he's talking, he's like, yeah. So what do you like to do? Like he's so clearly nervous, which is very sweet as
Ride
well.
alone in cars.
Ride alone in cars. I'm sorry that I messed that up for you.
It's my favorite thing to do.
And then she goes, I love theater, right? And he's like, oh man, I love theater too. Like theater is amazing, except for musicals. Musicals are annoying as hell. Like musicals, just like I don't know. There's just something about them I can't stand it. And then she goes, I was actually a musical theater major.
I'm in the Music Man right now.
And so I'm like, I don't know what to do with my body so much, so I'm just looking out the window now. Like my head is on the glass, and I'm breathing through my mask so hard that I'm still fogging up the window a little bit. I'm just like, ooh, that's not a great start, you know? Because the car the car is not taking off yet. Like, this is just he's
I'm sorry,
getting-
what? The car's not taking off
No,
yet?
no, because he's sitting down, and now the driver is trying to figure out who's getting dropped off first. So he's just looking at his Waze app.
You guys haven't fucking moved yet?
We haven't moved yet.
And he found a way to fuck it up in that time?
And don't get me wrong, this is all of like 30 seconds. So that thing, like, they sit down and
That
he's
also
like,
makes
so
it
what do
worse.
you
He's like,
to-"
oh, I can't believe it. This is an Uber X. I fucking hate musicals.
Yeah.
Like, what a... That's a
happened-
lot to cram in to a
happened-
short amount of
It
time.
happened so fast, and then we take off, and none of the conversation is like ideal. Like none of it.
Not after that.
None of it is going well, and so because then he even tries to save it where he's like, oh, so like what were you in, you know? And then she starts listing these musicals that she did wherever she's from.
Right.
And finally, she hits one of them, and he's like, oh, I love Come From Away. And it's like, it's too late, bro. Like, it's
Yeah.
you're not saving it now. And then they kind of like move on from that. And there's a couple of like pauses. And anytime there's a pause, I just get back on my phone. Like, it's not that interesting, you know. But then he'll say something like out of a pause, he'll be like, "So you have like a favorite food or anything? Like, what do you really like?"
What a great question to ask on a date.
And this
it always
is-
has places to go.
And this
Yeah.
is how I know where their like,
Oh, perfect.
date is
Okay.
at.
Yeah.
Because he's like, "So what was your favorite, like your favorite food and everything?" And she's like, "Peruvian. I told you that at the Peruvian restaurant." And at this point, I can't even breathe. Like I'm like so stressed out for this man and this woman in the back that I'm like genuinely in my head. I'm like, I should be back there. Like that would have broken up the
Yeah.
tension. If I was even sitting in between them, that would be better than
Yeah,
what's happening
yeah.
right now. Like he's just been left to his own devices, and it is fucking his world up. Okay. And so it's so bad. It's so bad that the driver starts turning up the music so that nobody can talk. Like, 'cause the entire time I'm forgetting that the driver must also be getting so uncomfortable right now that he's like, I would rather blare Dua Lipa to the point where all of our ears bleed than to let this man hang himself anymore. This is horrible. And the music's playing for like maybe 3 songs.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, he's kind of like, hey, could you turn it down? To which I'm sure everyone in the car in their head was like, don't make us do this.
Come on, man.
And then he's,
You got show tunes?
Yeah.
I love musicals.
I love musicals now. I just want to save the date and everything.
Please.
And then he...
Peruvian musicals. I love them. Put it, if you have that, please.
And then
I thought this was an Uber X.
And then he turns the music down a little bit, and the guy once again is like, yeah, you know, I thought it was an Uber X. Like he says it.
Oh, he does it again?
Yeah, he says it again. He's saying it throughout the whole drive, like too many times. And then we're in Brooklyn now, and we're heading off to drop, you know, them off first. And this next part is technical, okay? Because I can understand the dance that was happening. When you order an Uber X, you can add or change a stop, right? So I understand what he must have been thinking, right? And if I have it right in my head, what he's thinking was the perfect way to play it. But we get to the stop. It's not my stop. They're stopping at her apartment. And so car stops, and she's like, I had a great time, and she goes to open the door, and he's like, oh, I was wondering if I could. If I could, you know, come up, we hang out a little bit more. And then she goes, oh, I had a great time and everything, but the
Can I be honest? You looking at me and saying this feels like you're breaking up with me.
yeah,
And it's palpable enough that like this situation sucks.
it's so painful, and me and the driver made eye contact. Out of the side of our eyes, because we were like, oh. And then he was like, hey, yeah, I'm not, like, I don't want to be weird or anything. It's just
I love you. Oh, shit.
when it's just when I put the address in, and then she was like, yeah, sorry, maybe I gave the wrong impression or something, but I'm gonna go up and maybe we can talk again or something. And so she closes the door, and it's just the three of us sitting there. And so he's like, he looks at me. He's like, thanks for sitting up front, man. Like, I was like, and I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I really was trying to make it better. Like in the moment, I was trying to keep it light because this person is clearly devastated, and that's very embarrassing because he made some missteps, but once again, he did not seem like a douchey asshole, right? And so I was like, I just as a joke, I was like, yeah, I mean, if only you could come home with me, you know what I mean? Like. And then
that is not what you said.
Yeah. And then he opened the door and to himself goes, I thought it was an Uber X.
Well, that's better than can I?
Yeah. But yeah, it was rough. And then I didn't know what to do, so I just stayed in the front with the driver for the rest of the time. And we were both just airing it out. Like we were both just.
Oh, you guys just talk about it?
Yeah,
then?
we talked about it.
Absolutely,
How could we not talk about it?
I know, yeah.
He was like, I couldn't believe, and I was like, when he sat down. Because the reason that I bring up the dance is that he is like trying to, I guess, I'm assuming, like pay for things, show his interest and everything on the date, right? And so he's getting the Uber back to her apartment. And she also knows he's getting the Uber to her apartment. She's not like wondering where they're going. You know what I mean? Like
that's a whole different problem on a date.
No, but you know what I mean? Like it's like if
take me to question mark.
If the date is over and your date's ordering the Uber and they put your address, you know that they're getting the Uber for your place. You know what I mean?
Right.
When it's an Uber X, you can add a stop, which means if she didn't want him to come up, he can now just add a stop to his apartment and head home. But because it's Uber share, you can't do that. So we drove off from him just sort of standing on the sidewalk. And I was
in
like,
front of her place? Or
Yeah. Ordering another Uber.
That's not good if she looks out the window.
Yeah, no, it looks horrible. But it's
she
like,
looks out, oh, God. He didn't go.
I mean, he basically doesn't exist in the car now because he's supposed to get out at the stop he orders.
Yeah.
And so you can't add a stop. And so, what a shame. Yeah. No, it is. It's just sad. Because if it was an X, he could be like, oh, okay, I read it wrong. Let me add a stop. And then he goes home.
Right, yeah.
But now he has to get out. He can't come to my place.
Right.
And he's not
even though you invited him.
Yeah, even though I invited him. But he's not.
He could have.
But he's not supposed to be in the car anymore, so he has to get out. And so, yeah. But then the driver and I were just like, oh. And the driver was also like, the driver was also like, when you're on a date, just say nothing. And I was like, wow, that is, in a weird way, better advice.
I mean,
like I understand what he was trying to say, where he was like, man, in this whole situation, I would have just said nothing in the car.
or at least not have such hard opinions. Like that's the thing too.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, musicals. I fucking hate those. Oh, what? Like don't come out the gate. You got to be kind of in the gray area until you know. But it's especially too like, I'm not saying he's trash or anything, but he's clearly has wild misguided confidence to just assume he is going to her house when clearly learned nothing about her on the date.
Well, that's also what I was thinking. Where I was like, how did I'm so interested.
He maybe did say nothing on the date.
Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and be in another, like not doing the show I was doing, and then just be like a fly on that wall.
Yeah.
Because I guess this is my thing. The date seemed, at some point at least, to be going well enough that I actually think he was about to come up with her if he didn't say the musical theater thing.
If it was
because
an Uber
think about it. If you're on a date with someone and you've given them your address, they're on the way together. He didn't order her an Uber and then get a Lyft for himself. They're both in the Uber going to her
Which
address.
is frankly 20 times funnier. That on the ride to her apartment.
That's what I'm saying.
Is where he fucked it up.
That's what I'm saying.
That's so much funnier.
That has to be what happened.
If she's just like, I like him a lot, and you know what? I never do this.
I'm not.
I'm gonna invite him up, and like, there's another guy here, huh?
There's another guy here, and I hate what you do. Because does that make sense? What I'm saying? They were definitely about. He messed it up at like the 90%. He was so close.
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
What a shame. So then, a different time now. We're talking about pre-pandemic, when I took one of my favorite Uber pools. So people, especially in LA, would give me trouble all the time. They would always like make fun of me for taking Uber pools all the time because I would leave early. I would leave early just to take the pool, just to have the padding, instead of just getting an Uber, right?
Right.
And I don't know. I just usually did it to like have experiences and meet people and stuff.
Yeah, that's a weird thing about you.
Well, I'm just saying it was like
No one else here relates to that.
All right.
I take him because I like making friends. Like that's it's.
Yeah.
Now it's like if the $2 off is not guaranteed, never fucking doing that. I'm never.
Sure. I get. This is my thing though. So there was this one time. And it just felt it felt very special. Like I think the word might be serendipity. There was a time where I was taking an Uber pool after a show to get home, and I get in the car and we immediately get the name and where they are, right? And so the guy drives there. It's actually pretty close, like 5 minutes away, and he drives there. And he's circling the block, and then he finally just stops. He starts calling them. Every time he calls them, they pick up, and you can hear a bunch of noise, but you can't actually hear them. And so he calls like 3 times, and then he circles the block one more time. But now it's getting to the point where he's tried to pick them up longer than I've been in the car, you know? Because this is also, because back in the days of like pool, they hadn't solidified how long drivers were supposed to wait yet.
I like that you keep saying it like it's been 30 years. Like,
Yeah,
back when we could pool.
Yeah, I'm just saying for context, they've changed the app a lot in the time between. So
yeah, no one knows they're taking them now.
Yeah,
even the driver.
No, it's chaos. And so it got to the point where I was like, you know you can move on if you don't. Like, if they're just not going to come, like, we should probably go.
He's like, you're not my fucking boss.
Yeah. I mean,
I work for you.
I'm not even telling him in a way of, like, can we hurry it up? Because he's the one getting frustrated. I'm just like, hey, you've done everything that you could. You know, you called 3 times.
Right.
You've driven around the block several times.
Mm-hmm.
I have been in the car for, like, 7 minutes. Mm-hmm. Just us, and you've been trying to pick them up for like 8. So this is, this is wild, you know.
Yeah.
And also the drivers will get penalized for like canceling rides and stuff. So he didn't want to cancel on them, and there's no like distinction in the app for how long you should wait.
Right.
And so finally he drives off, just cancels on them, keeps going. We get about maybe 2 minutes away, and we get pinged again for another pickup, and it's the same guy. It's the very same guy, and he's in a slightly different location. So he's like a couple blocks like west of where he was supposed to be. And
He got scared. He thought a car was chasing him.
yeah.
Oh, no!
Why won't they leave me alone? And so this time we picked them up easily. They're like right on the corner, and it's a couple, this guy and this woman, and they get in the car and they're next to me, and it is amazing. They're very drunk. They're the best way to put it is that they're deeply drunk. Like I don't even know how
I
you
fucking
did it.
hate musicals.
Yeah.
Do you like food? I like what we just had.
They are so drunk, and they are going at it in a way that is so funny, where they are arguing.
Okay,
but it's like
going at it could mean two different things.
yeah. But it's like at first I thought they were arguing for real, and it's not. They're like playfully roasting each other.
Okay.
But they're very drunk, and they're taking it way too far. Like it's so this dude, and I can tell from them walking to the car that this dude has a little bit of a limp, right? And she lays into it hard. Like she's drunkenly like, you should probably have like a cane or something.
Jesus.
It's like relentless, okay? And it's actually, a lot of it is actually pretty funny. Where she was like, if I pull on your right leg hard enough, will it be the same size as your left? Like it was just like, it was like nonstop, right? And then it's to the point where I think he's gonna get upset, and he's not. He's just like laughing, and he's like, oh, my leg been like this from childhood. And I'm like, he's actually making it worse when he describes it, but then she doesn't really connect with it in that drunk way, so she just keeps going. So she's like, well, did you like step on your first step when you were little and then just walked away? Like, did you not couldn't even it out? And then he finally goes, he's like, how about we leave my legs alone for a second and talk about your fucked up ass teeth? And he lays into her teeth hard. She's like, and it's funny because they're both laughing. It's like at no point, it's so tense. Like the driver and I are trying not to laugh because we're like, any minute now, one of them is gonna go too far, right? But then even when
will they get pissed off if we laugh at it? Like, are we not a part of the joke?
Yeah, like are they talking like we're not here, or is this for us?
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, okay, what's wrong with my teeth? And he's like, honestly, I don't see how the fuck you chew. All right. I made you a sandwich yesterday. Your bite mark looked like a boot print. And they just kept laughing, and it was so funny. And the driver, the driver lowered his window to quietly laugh out the window as we were driving. And I was like, man, pool is the best. And then the pandemic happened.
So we've only got a little bit of time left, but should we open up the mailbag quick? Yeah, they like it.
There we go.
All right, so I definitely want to at least get this one in here because this one is from Ray, who I believe is here. Ray, you here? Here. Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
There we go.
I was about to be like, well, I hope he fucking bought a ticket. I hope he's at least missing out. No. Hi, Ray. How you doing? Awesome. Well, thanks for
coming.
Thanks for sending an email. So I'll read out what you sent here, and then maybe we'll have some follow-up questions if we need to.
Okay.
So this is it says, "Cheers, J-Lo."
Okay.
That's us. We go by
J-Lo
sometimes. We don't in the world.
Yeah. But we're much less famous, J-Lo. You.
Now you said J-Lo there.
I was hesitant to say J-Lo.
You thought if we said it 3 times, we'd summon her?
Sometimes I wonder if J-Lo listens, and so I just want her to like us. And I don't know if we. What did Ray say?
Wouldn't that be great if she was listening?
Wouldn't that be great if she was listening? Like, why are they using my? And then we just get a cease and desist.
The most confusing cease and desist of
yeah.
all time. Hey, will you two men stop using my name, please?
Together.
Together as a unit. Cheers, J-Lo. So what is a survival tactic that metropolitan cities like Chicago and New York City taught you guys that you take with you everywhere? Now, they also have their own example here. So, mine is not responding to anyone too eager for my attention, and that is a very good one. That is a very good one. Jesus of Nazareth could be trying to sell me his mixtape, detailing how to get into heaven, and I'd probably raise the volume on my headphones before I react. I've gotten caught in too many conversation scams while living here, especially because I have an English accent, so they think I'm a tourist. And then the next part's just a compliment. Do you want me to read that? Just kind of for us.
I guess so, to get the full
All right.
experience.
Because Raven wrote, this next part doesn't have to be read, but I don't really care. I just wanted to show appreciation for you guys. And I'm like, well, I'm a big enough narcissist to make them listen to it. Just wanted to take a moment to say I genuinely appreciate the work you guys do. I subscribe to the Patreon and listen weekly because of the genuine authenticity you guys have just talking about life and Josh's addiction to living a cartoon lifestyle. I like the concept that you're addicted to it.
Yeah.
Like you can't get enough of it.
Like if I was just
I'm trying to just stay inside.
If I was at home reading a book and then I know where I'm like, nah, I need a fix.
I'm gonna go slip on some shit. Your shows help me through bad times and make the good times even better. Just a reminder that what you do has a positive and powerful impact, and both of you are appreciated by myself and by many others. I wish you guys all the success and happiness you desire. Thank you so much, Ray.
Thank you so
I
much,
appreciate
Ray.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is a great question, though. What is a survival tactic you take with you other places?
As far as Ray, I can't see you. Are you black?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is for us. So
I'll go.
I found that in the city, when you're walking the city, this is already piggybacking off what you do, but I found that there's a different type of interaction you're about to have by how many times the person trying to get your attention calls you brother. Okay? First brother is just another black guy, right? Hey, brother, need something. What's the time? Whatever, right? Hey, brother, that is a little bit more precarious. Like that one, you might want to just turn up the volume like you do. Hey, brother, that is where you run. That is... like, hey, brother is almost always drugs. That is something to be avoided. And then the other one I think I found is that you should always, like, turn your Wi-Fi off if you're underground, because when it's fighting to find a connection, it's draining your battery. And sometimes you'll take the train for 20 minutes and then walk up the stairs and be like, why do I have 20% less battery than when I left? And it's because of that.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a real struggle.
I like a good practical one, you know? It's just a good, like, this
Yeah.
is, you know.
I felt like one to confirm what you're already
Yeah.
doing is good, and then one that's just like someone didn't tell me
One
for way
joke,
too
one
long.
real thing, yeah. One
Yeah.
for them, one for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
One for me that I actually just utilized recently. It goes with people talking to you too. That if someone comes up and is clearly like trying to fuck with you, like they ask you a question to like trap you into like an answer one way or the other because they're gonna roast you or something like that, is if you give the most confusing answer possible, they don't know what to do next. This happened to me recently. I was in New York with my friend who doesn't listen to the show, and or in New York, I just said in Central Park. That one. I'm in New York now. God damn it. I live Midwest. And, but we're sitting there, and this group of young men walk by, and one of them just looks at me, and it's very clearly like he's setting me up to like dunk on me in front of his friends. Because he just goes like, hey, you guys like pussy? And it's how he said it, and it very much had like everyone's like, what's he gonna say? And I just said, little bit. which was great because then he went, and then all of his friends laughed at him because I didn't take the bait. And I've used that. I use that in Chicago a lot too. People try to fuck with you, and then you just give an answer, and they go, "I don't even, whatever," and then they just walk away. Then they're disappointed.
Yeah. I think the last one I'll impart to you is this is very specific of cities. This one is actually like just a Chicago, New York, probably Seattle and Portland have train system. Anywhere with a train system, if a train car is empty, leave it empty. Because there's a reason that in a city with millions of people, no one wants that car.
Especially here.
So sometimes it's poop. Sometimes it is poop.
Sometimes it's poop.
But every once in a while, it's a person. Every once in a while, it's a person so
and they
crazy.
Are pooping.
Yeah. So crazy that everyone was like, I don't know if I need this in my life. And they decided to get off, and there wasn't time to warn you, so then you get on, and then the doors close, and for at least one stop, you're a hostage.
I'll do one more email and then we can get out of here because we're almost out of time. Let's real quick and just thank everybody for coming out tonight. Thank you guys
all
so much for hanging out with us.
This has been great.
Late on a Wednesday. So this one is from Anissa. I don't think they're here. This was just sent separately. You here? Yeah, I thought so. This is just this one caught my eye, and I thought this would be a good one to just read with the group here. So the title of this one just says, "I was reminded of my dead gerbil." Great
really
title.
Know what we did.
I think it's a great start. If it's just our show, that would be a bummer.
Yeah.
That would be a real
That's
bummer.
what I was saying. I was like, oh man, does this just...
Listening to your show reminds me of the dying screams of a rodent. Anyway, now that I've bummed him out. Hey guys, I'm currently getting up to date on the podcast. I'm on episode 50, but with the way I've been listening, I'll likely be caught up quickly. Anyway, in that episode, Logan talked about his dead hamster found behind a fake fireplace after escaping, and Josh displayed ... a ton of displeasure. It reminds me of my two gerbils. To remind anybody who maybe either hasn't listened to that episode in a while or you haven't listened to it, we had a hamster and it escaped, and we had a fake fireplace where it was just a light bulb in fake plastic wood or whatever, and then we found the hamster when we smelled it, and just to word it quickly, but reminded me of my two gerbils. One of them was named Gino. Unfortunately, also great name for a gerbil.
Yeah.
Gino is a great gerbil name.
Yeah, any alliteration you can get with an animal is probably
Gino the
be,
gerbil? Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they both escaped one day, as small animals like that are to do, and for days we could not find Gino specifically. Well, my mother had a pallet bed at the time, and one pallet would lift slightly until you laid on it. Well, yep. Figured I'd pause, just let everyone catch up for a second. You may know where this goes, is what the email says. I was looking for Gino.
Wait, it would be amazing if in the email is also pause for groans.
I was looking for Gino still and sat on her bed. When I did, I heard squeak crunch.
Pause for groans.
I knew what happened immediately and didn't have the heart to check. My poor mother had to retrieve Gino's crushed little body. Now, this next part is just a quick little aside. Not as traumatizing for me as watching my guinea pig run into a table leg and die. And that's all they gave us for that one. Which is clearly a much wilder story. That this guinea pig was just like, bam, nope, and like, that's... The guinea pig concussed itself to death.
The guinea pig did a full Fast and Furious on itself.
Sorry to tell you such awful, awful things, but I love this sentence. Sorry to tell you such awful, awful things, but if I have to suffer, so must everyone else. I love the show. You both are great.
I love that the origin story of that villain is that their guinea pig ran into a table leg and died. And then they were like, everyone in the world will feel this.
I must destroy all tables.
Oh, man. I cannot thank all of you enough for being here. This has been absolutely
Thank you
incredible.
guys so much.
Thank you all
so
for coming
much.
out. Thank you all for listening.
Make some noise for Nico White again. I know he's
Yeah.
not here, but go and make some noise for our guest.
Yeah. Thank you so much for Union Hall for having us
Yeah,
and
thank
everybody
you.
that set
Everyone
this
in
up.
the back, make a bunch of noise
Thank
for everyone
you
who
so
works
much.
at Union Hall. We were lucky to do it last year. We're lucky to do it this year.
We're going to be around hanging out a little bit. So
Yeah.
we'll see you out there. Thank you all so much.
Thank
again.
you guys
Have a
so much for
wonderful
coming
night.
out.
Appreciate you.